Happy Wednesday, everybody. This is Coach in the City. Welcome to my Wind Down Wednesday. And boy, has it been a second, right? Okay, so give everybody a little second just to pop in. If you guys see me looking down, it's because on this platform, I can see comments from Facebook and I want to be able to interact with everybody. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the belly button of the week, which is Wednesday, one of my favorite days of the week, other than Sunday, right? So let's talk about what we're doing this week. I can tell you what I've done. So last week, my mother, my grandmother, my sister, my niece, everybody came up to my house for Memorial Day, for the Memorial Day weekend, and it was amazing. But when I tell y'all a sister is tired, I am tired. I am tired. Boy. But it was really a blessing to have them here. It really was. My grandmother lives in Oklahoma, so she visited my mother in Florida, of course, her daughter, and they came to visit me and my family. So this is my grandmother's first time on this side, probably like about 50 something years. Yeah. So she was very excited about coming. So let's talk about winding down, because guess what I did yesterday? I took a mental health day. I really did. I really did. I got everybody on the plane to where they had to be, and I took a mental health day. As a matter of fact, I was off from my job, of course, on Monday, right? On Monday, I sent a note and said, hey, I'm going to use my PTO because I needed to unwind before I started giving back to the world. So that's what I did. And just wanted to know what did you guys do? You know, it was a nice weekend. Well, up here it started raining. I really hope my dog don't start barking. But what did you guys do? What are you guys doing this week? And the question I'm going to pose to everyone is, what has been the best part of your week so far? This is what's been the best part. So, because it's always something. It's always something. So I would say for me, the best part of my week, this week so far was my family. It was me, my sister, our children, all just sitting around the table with my mother and my grandmother. My grandma's should be 84 in August. So for me, that in itself is just important. It's just important. And it was so, her coming up here and seeing her, you know, it kind of did something to my psyche a bit, because I remember, you know, my grandma back in the day, you know, she ain't hold no punches, and she didn't hold any punches. You know, she was about it. She was about that life for real. She wasn't rowdy, but she let you know she's from North New Jersey, so she ain't no punk. But to see her, you know, more quiet now, still very opinionated, but just, you know, to see her so quiet and quieter and just a whole different spirit. So that's like a whole nother life, because as I'm looking at my grandmother, you know, and to be more exact, I had taken her upstairs and she had taken a bath, and she asked me to wash her back, right? And as I was washing her back, she was like, "Man, this feels so good," you know. And she was saying that because she still lives alone, you know, my grandfather died 12 years ago, that she could really count on two hands how many times somebody else has washed her back. And that just really meant something to me, because I'm like, dang, are we really appreciating the things that we have? Her and my grandfather were married for many, many, many years. And she said she never thought, even though like in the back of your mind, somebody's going to die before the other person, but she never quite imagined like the small things, like having someone every day to wash her back for her if she wanted to. So that's just a note on perspective of just not taking anything for granted. Not taking anything for granted. So let me tell you what I've been up to. So back in March, I decided to kind of invert my efforts. So I chose, for actually like 2 months, I recommitted that time to God. So I took a course. It was called The Ephesians Woman. And it was such an amazing course. But of course, in signing up, right, it was on Wednesdays. And I was like, man, that's my wind down Wednesday time. But I knew it was worth it. So I went for it. But I gained so much. I gained like 50 more female friends, women friends. I really don't like the word female, because I think that's just so, anatomy, like it's correct because of your anatomy, but we're more than just our anatomy, right? So I've gained like well over 50 women friends. Some are older, some are younger. And we're never too old to glisten and glean off others, because that's what they're there for. So for the past 2 months, every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m., I've been in a class with women, just women, just talking about God, loving yourself, just gaining wisdom, knowledge, understanding, but godly wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because the world really pollutes a lot of stuff. Social media pollutes a lot of things. And seeing so much, I recognized that I was starting to get a little irritated just by people. People being arrogant, egotistical, over-sexualized. And I was just, as I see stuff, and I know I'm not judging anyone, it was just my irritation because I'm moving away from it, meaning I was there, right? So I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. I'm not knocking anybody's grind. I'm not knocking anybody's profession. Get it how you live until you don't. But I just found myself just becoming a little irritated with the world. And always in the competition, and just things. To me, I see people. I started seeing people suffering, and or people trying to live up to an expectation that's not real. That's the thing. This stuff is not real. And but they're spending their life savings for a desired look. They're compromising their integrity and their morals for likes or DMs or popularity. And I just found myself being really bothered by that. And so I took a class, and the class was kind of, let me get back to the source of me. Let me see why this is an irritant. But not in just that sense, but how can I show the world that all this other stuff society says that we need that we really don't. Like we really, really, really don't. I get it. My appearance is very important to me. Very important. Um, but it's not all that there is to me. So that's what I've been doing. So every Wednesday, like over the, I think like 10 weeks actually. Definitely we met for 2 hours a night on Wednesdays, but it was homework and it was group projects and there was group presentations. And I really dedicated myself. I don't know if y'all seen me post, but my grade average at the end of the course was 102. And I'm proud because number one, I gave it my all. Like I really, when I do things now, I am so intentional. I am so intentional. And of course, in doing something not for myself, but like with God, who like half steps. Or let me be real, who half-assed that, right? I definitely didn't want to. So that's what I was doing. I enjoyed it, and I've met a lot of people, and I and myself have grown from it. I've learned more about myself. I learned about others, just about in having more compassion, more empathy. Just when I thought I was pretty compassionate. I thought I had a lot of empathy, but there's always more. Like you could always do just like a little bit more. That's me. I'm like, how can I take this thing to the next level? So that's where I am. That's where I was. But let me tell you how this thing worked out, though. So even though my presence on social media had decreased a lot, man, let me tell you, spirit was working within me. I went forward with a retreat that's going to be in October. It's going to be in at Lake Greenwood, South Carolina. Like everything I've been wanting, like the moment is now. The moment is now. And I attribute that, number one, to my prayer of Jabez prayer challenge and being intentional with my prayers, asking for what I want, but also saying, but Lord, if it's something else you have better for me, give it to me. Like, give it to me, whatever you got to do, whoever you got to move, whatever you got to stop, whoever needs to be cut off from this part of my journey, I'm cool with it. And everything has improved. Everything has improved. But even saying that, but I'm not going to be fake and say I wasn't going through a couple of times during these past 2.5 months because I did. But that was just and the things that I went through. It it brought awareness to blind spots that I had. Conversations I needed to have with people, boundaries that needed to be put in place, boundaries that I needed to respect. Actually, one of them was that I was in some areas of my life, I was really living in a cocoon. Like that island of I am, well, that island of I. It was a few aspects of my life where it was just me, right? So here we are in June. 6 months to go before the end of this awesome 2021. I'm excited because about 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go back to work. I haven't been to work since March 2020. And because God loves me so, they extended us telework until September. So, because I was really trying to have to get my heart and mind together to have to get up and drive into the city to go to work. But hey, I'll do it. But I'm just saying, it's been real nice saving money on gas. being able to work at home, being able to be with my husband, kids when they're not in class. So, you take the good with everything else, but I'm just being honest. You know, they've pushed it 3 more months down the road. So, that's it. What do you guys have going on? I know Jennifer has been doing challenges, so I'm proud of you, Jen. I know you did you did like the 50K challenge in April, and you finished another one, like a 5K a day for May. So way to go, way to set a goal, and way to keep your booty firm, like your husband likes it. But it's the truth. It is the truth. But what goals have you guys set? What goals have you set? I know I said it's wind down Wednesday, so we're gonna like chill today. But the note is, how do you want to end this week? How do you want to end it? Do you want to end the week saying I accomplished XYZ, or I accomplished this major task? So if it's not written down, write it down. Y'all know I believe in the power of the pen. Write it down, make a plan to achieve, because you still got 2 whole days. You got 2 whole days before the end of the work week. I say work week. Now, if your work week extend and maybe you have a few more days, but me professionally, I cut off on Friday. So enjoy tonight, because it is wind down. Because after I finish with you guys, I'm going to get in my tub. That's what I'm doing. And my husband and I, we take baths together like once every 1 or 2 weeks, right? But that's how we reconnect. So yeah, how are you? Oh, Jennifer said trying to keep up with the Joneses. You're right. And trying to keep up with a life that isn't or wasn't intended for you is going to frustrate you even more. Kind of like buffering. When I see that, I see people, hell, I used to buffer. I used to buffer until I sat down and said, hey, what works for me? Like, what works for me? So I figured it out, and now I figured the majority of it out. But as I said, God is refining me like pure gold here. So when he say pivot, I pivot. Or when something don't work. Also, Pranitha said, I have begun working on my weight a lot. So my goal this week is to be down at least 2 inches when I do my assessment in the morning. And you know what? You can do it. I've been watching you. I seen you went on that. Your trainer said, let's go on a field trip. And y'all were running down 78. I think that's awesome. Like, what a way to, number one, to trust and to be so devoted to change that you're not asking questions. See, those people, them early birds, I tell people back in the day, if you missed it, it's because folks like Pranitha got up and got it. Okay, there's only a few worms in the world. Jennifer, we know you get up at 4. I know Sherry gets up like at 6. But if you're wondering why, some people are a little more advanced, look at what they do. Look at what they do. And it really says something, because when you really want to do something different, when you want something different, you are willing to do everything different. Eating right, waking up early, sometimes staying up late, turning off the distractions, praying, chanting, yoga. You will change your entire lifestyle. When you're ready, you will. And I know we've all had those moments in our lives when we had to stop what we wanted to do what we needed to do. I know me, motherhood was one of them. Doctor was like, hey, you can't be eating Wendy fries and having a biggie drink. And I still every now and then, but I had hypertension, so I had to cut it off. But it is when you're willing to change, when you're ready to see results, you're gonna do it. Like, and even when you want to do it, but you don't know how to do it, you'll find the people to help you get there. I was having a conversation today with a trainer, with one of my trainers, and she was like, "Well, Nancy, so what's your plan?" My plan is to hit the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning before my day even gets started. And she was like, are there any barriers? My only barrier is myself. And she was like, you know something. I said, I'm a life coach. Um, and she says, when are you going to check in? I'm checking in every Sunday. So I'm saying this now, you guys. Okay. I'm starting a whole new regime. So y'all just look for, you don't even have to look for the changes, because guess what? You're going to see it. But when you know what your barriers are, you know where your roadblocks lie. You just know, you. So she was surprised when I said, no, I'm my own barrier. I don't have babies at home. I'm teleworking. There is no reason, unless like I'm not feeling well. There is no reason I can't honor my commitment to myself. Did y'all hear that? There's no reason why you cannot honor your commitment to yourself. Oh, these are sweet. Jen, well, y'all know you can see it down here. She says she get up at 3:45 to go to. Oh yeah, yeah. That Nike challenge is nice. I'm gonna be on mine too. So yeah. So when you think about, don't commit to anybody. Well, other than God. Okay, so that is going to be a staple. But I'll keep on saying it. Or whoever your hire is. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself, because when you do it for yourself, when you don't make it, you can plan with somebody else, but don't do it for anybody else. Whatever it is, do it for yourself. If you want to prove somebody wrong, that's the wrong fuel, for real. Like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But we're going to start, who cares about a hater? I mean, really, our lives should be more important, that you don't even recognize those that we call haters in our life, because they're a non-factor. They don't add fuel. They add negativity, or they might actually add the wrong fuel. So in moving forward in a positive way, and limit them distractions. Matter of fact, cut them off. Get you an accountability partner. And this isn't a person that has to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning with you. This is just someone that you say, yo, this is what I'm doing. If you catch me slipping, say something. Like, really, get good people around you. Good people that wants the best for you. Because when you have those type of people around you, like, it propels you even more to succeed. You ever seen those circles of friends, like everybody popping? Like, everybody's popping. Everybody got it together. And we're not talking about materialistic. We're talking about they have peace. Let's talk about what get it together is. They have peace. They're positive. They're not negative. Not saying negative things or bad things can't happen, because trust me, they happen, and I don't necessarily respond with the right thing at the right time. I'm gonna be honest. So I have, like, maybe a few minutes where my flesh cut up, and I'm like, man, that's some go on, go on, go on. And then I'm like, all right, you know what? If it came to me, that means God co-signed it, which means I have what it takes to either defeat it, conquer it, overcome it, whatever word you want to fill in the blank, if it comes to me, I know that it's going to work out for my good. I know that a no that I may get is not no. I know that, oh, if I can't have that BMW, I used to want like an X5, now I want an X7. So I haven't got my X7 yet. So, but that's me. But I know that there's something, if whatever my no is, if I want something, so I want something. So, of course, I want the answer to be yes. But I am aware that if the answer is no, it's because God wants so much more for me. And he know that I'm sure that it will shortchange me. Right? So I'm here. I want the best of everything. I have an amazing best friend. Listen, if your best friend ain't like my best friend, then you might want to get you a new best friend or talk to your best friend and say, I need you to up your game up for real. Because I want the best of everything. I want the best friendships. I want the best marriage. I want the best. Notice I'm not saying perfect. I'm saying I want the best that's for me. You know, I want the best for myself. And if anybody say I don't want the best, then check them, because where are your standards? We settle. Sometimes we settle and we don't even have to. So decide, like, what is the best in every situation that I want. Like, my line sisters are like amazing. Okay, they're amazing. I have some great vacations. I have great friends. I have great co-workers. Um, but all of these things that are great, and I say the best of, I'm gonna tell you the secret to having it is you gotta do the work. You can't expect to have a great working relationship if you always late. If the product you put out is trash, like, you literally get out of what you put into it. So in dealing with my friends, like, I leave them on empty because I give everything to my friends, not everything to where I'm depleted. But if I tell you can pick up the phone and call me. If you need me, we're not saying if you want to talk to me or you got a funny joke that could come through a text. But those that I'm committed to, I am committed to. But in them knowing that I'm committed to them, they don't take that for event. They don't take that. They don't take advantage of that. So that's why when I say, if my friends need me, I'm gonna give you all I got, because I know it's not, because they don't want to figure it out. And they would know the same. If I call saying I need something, I need some support, they know that's just not me trying to take a shortcut. So in developing anything great, you got to do the work. When you want the best of everything, you got to give the best of everything. So, and you giving the best of everything, that's you. So that means you have to fortify yourself. That means you have to do the work. That means you have to, you have to cut out the craziness. You got to find peace. You can't give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? If you don't motivate yourself, how can you motivate somebody else? If you're not even a good friend to yourself, how can you be a good friend to anyone else? Or a lover or spouse? You can't give what you don't have. And that's why that stuff is broken when it come out. These people that you call friends, are they really a friend? It is nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm not a good friend, or I don't know how to be a good friend, or I haven't experienced great friendship. Because I hear a lot of times that women, I don't get it. I don't have friendships with men like that. But women say that they don't have great relationships. My question is, why? Like, why don't you have great? Why? What happened? Because if something happened and you talked about it, it either got cleared up or it didn't. And then if it didn't, you know why you're not friends. But hey, at least you had the discussion. So be the change agent. but just look at your ships and see really what condition are they in. Like if any of your ships are sinking, look at check out the 5 W's and how. Who, what, when, why, where, how. Because we know. And if you don't know, ask the other person, yo, where did we fall off? What happened? But because we don't want to have that hard conversation, I'd rather have a hard conversation and save something that I love so much than not have the conversation at all and lose something dear to me. Because most of the time it's miscommunication or lack of communication or whatever, right? So I challenge you guys to, number one, I was speaking about my grandmother in the beginning. Reach out to that older person that you love, respect, or that has impacted your life, and just let them know that they have impacted your life. Even though we know they know, it's something about when you tell them, thank you. Thank you for praying for me. Thank you for encouraging me. Hell, thank you for teaching me how to cook grits, right? Thank them because they need it more than we think they do. So that's number one. Reach out to one older person that has poured into your life. Number two, figure out how you want to end the week. I'm trying to end mine on top. So I got a goal for myself. I'm very professionally, I'm 33% done because it is my first day back at work. And so I got 2 more days. I got 2 great things I want to knock out. And then look at your ships and see if they're sinking. And honestly, and look and see how did I contribute to it. But don't just act your flesh. Like write down that ship and pray on it, sleep on it. And then if you want to fix it, fix it. But if you wrote it down and if you're praying on it, more than likely you want to fix it and don't know how. But God will give you the strength, the words, the wisdom, to get it together, because we're in this life together. We are on it. We are in it. And if you're watching this, if you know me, I care. I see it all. I care. I think that's why I had to unplug, right? So I really, really care. And I just think that as much as we give to the world, we give to our children, we give to our jobs, that other part of our life that's not connected to someone else, I think that should be fruitful. I think that everything about us in the end, because we know better. How do you say, when you know better, you do better? Good. So if you know better, you should be doing better. If you don't know better, I'll post my link where y'all can call and talk to me. Okay. I'm a life coach. I'm going to help you get the life. Not that you want, but go far beyond that, right? Because I want everybody to enjoy life. Who want to stop living at 44, at 45, at 35, 50? God has us on earth for a reason. So, and it is to do something other than just exist. So, thank you guys for joining me on this Wednesday wind down. Please share. I'm gonna post this. This is also being recorded on YouTube, so you can share. You can share. You can share. If anybody have any questions about my I Am retreat, because this thing is almost full, so I'm so excited. How exciting is it to not even have published a retreat? This isn't a 4-hour symposium or conference. This is a retreat. Lake house. Man, we have boats, people. We got some boats. This thing is going to be so epic. So epic, and so much healing is going to happen. That if you got any questions about it, there are payment plans. If all my friends could come, I would be great. If I could do it for free, I really would. But this place that we're going is so nice, it's not. But because we all deserve to release. We all deserve, to be refreshed, to be replenished, to be restored. And so this is what it is. This is an I am retreat. This is reclaiming that powerful I am that we are and that we forget sometimes. So if you got any questions, y'all know y'all can hit me up in my inbox. Call me, text me. And we got a comment from Pronitha. Just so good to hear you said it. I'm trying to buy a home and the market is so bad right now. Yeah, absolutely. 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 Listen, is our goals, they're going to happen. The market is rough. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. The housing market right now is rough. But you know what? Focus on, I'm not saying, because while you're doing what you're doing. See, this is the thing. God is being God in the back. So I would just really encourage you to pray, tell God exactly what you want it to look like, and let him do his thing, because he is doing, he knows the desires of your heart. And I know you, so I know you prayed, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So he knows the desires of your heart. So while you're accepting the not right now, you got to understand he might be touching another family to sell the home that he has for you, or he's creating whatever it is. He's being God in the background while creating that spot that he has for you. Because in the Bible it said, you have not because you ask not, right? So I know you've asked God. So you have to know that he heard you and he will answer your prayers. So in the meantime, like I posted, you know, are you going to be happy while or when? And I see you're happy now. You're happy during the while. That's the difference. Some people don't want to celebrate in the meantime, or, well, I don't have my house right now, I can't be happy. Yes, you can. Because God heard you, because you're doing the work. Hell, you're going to work, you're saving money. So every month, just while you're waiting for this home, just continue like refining, saving more money, start going on Pinterest, start, deciding what you want your rooms, how you want them to be decorated, because it's coming. It is coming. You said it is. You prayed to God. He said it is. He said, whatever you ask in my name, I know you asked it in his name. I know we're not trying to go on a whole sermon here, right? But it's yours. So keep on doing what you're doing while God is doing what he's doing. And then send me the invite for that housewarming, because I'll be there. If I can't physically be there, I'll send a gift. So all of these things, I'm going to celebrate with you. And whenever because when you tell me, I'm going to write this, matter of fact, I'm going to write this down in my book today, that this is the day I'm going to start praying with you for that house. All right. So thank you for coaching the city, for coming back to my Wind Down Wednesday. Man, we can finish strong. Finish strong. Nurture the relationships that you care about. We may have to go back and bandage them, put a tourniquet on it. You might have to stitch it up. But if it's worth it, we're going to do it. So you all have an amazing night. I should be back. I'm looking at maybe Friday. Yeah. So I'm going to start doing my play of the week, coach's play of the week. It'll be Lorraine and I talking about stuff. and we talk about real people stuff. So you'll be hearing more from me because I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Thank you guys for being with me and bearing with me because I'm a work in progress and I always want to give you the best of me. So we've been at this 40 minutes. I think I've given my best. I know I have because if not, I would still be talking. But my work here is done tonight. So love you all, love you all, love you all. Any questions about the I Am Retreat? Please feel free to ask me. And until then, hey, be good to others, but be even better to yourselves. So bye, y'all.